about that? Is audio's working now. All right. I was talking and y'all could not hear me at all. Okay. Let's confirm. You can hear me now, right? Because I see my audio's going up now. Audio's moving. Are we good? All right. I'm gonna guess Amar saying good morning to me means that he can hear me and see me. Okay. So, hi everyone. We're gonna start on our Django bookmarks again, but before we do, I gave myself a fun little scare and problem just a minute ago. So, I was over here, and I was like, okay, cool. I want to get everything running before we start. So I hit the run button, and I get this error in this large error that you can see here in PyCharm. And I had no idea what that was from. Because that's an interesting, weird error, right? Like, are you sure Django's installed? We can't find this remove dead weak ref thing. Like, what's going on? And then I remembered. This past week, Python 3.6.2 came out, and I was like, I should upgrade. I'm still on 3.6.0. I should catch up. So I did. And that just replaced 3.6.0 with 3.6.2. Which means that this is no longer pointing to a real Python. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this virtual environment, which may take a little bit. There's a lot of things in there. Lots of tiny little scripts. And then we're going to recreate it. So let's, I'm going to empty my recycle bin here just in case. Yeah, I know you had an error, PyCharm. That's okay. So let's make a new virtual env. We're going to call this one Bookmarks again. But we're not going to use that interpreter. We're going to use Python 3.6 Python. Saying that didn't work. Okay, so there's that. So let's look here. And let's do which Python. .6.2, but that's 32-bit. I want the 64-bit. I know I installed the 64-bit. All right, well, let's just reinstall Python. What does that hurt, right? So yeah, so let's go full list of downloads. And I want 3.6.2, but I want to be sure and get the Windows x86 64 executable installer. Because that's, I'm running 64-bit Windows, I want 64-bit Python. So, yeah. So let's install Python real quick. Who would have thought I'd have to, like, repair? Maybe that's all I needed. You know what, while I'm at it, let's see, let's open that file location. And let's look at the properties on this one. So that's going to 3.6. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, should be that Python. Okay, and then we want to call this Bookmarks. Okay. See if that'll work. It shouldn't have been wrong, but for some reason something is something's weird. So whatever. All right, so we'll say okay there, and then let's go look over here at the requirements, and it should ask me if I want to install those. I do. Sorry for the sniffling. I've got a cold or allergies or something going on here. It's annoying. Okay, so packages are installed, so we should be able to, let's see, project. Nope, not there. Languages. Django. Enable Django support. Okay. Run. Host. Localhost. 3.6.2 virtual env. Still incorrect. Why is Django not there? Because I haven't installed Django. That would be one reason. Alright, let's install Django. Data Dev says, can I have full Django support with the free version of PyCharm? You know what? I think you can. But I have to admit, it has been a while since I've looked at PyCharm's different versions. So let's look real quick while that's installing stuff. And we'll see what it says. Hey, Pause, how are you doing? Good morning. Features. I bet that'll do it. Nope, that didn't do it. Bye? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so you won't have, it looks like you'll be missing some of the Django features in the Community Edition, but you'll still be able to write Django apps. You'll still be able to do a lot of Django stuff. You may not be able to do the run management command thing, but you'd be able to set up the other stuff, and you'd be fine. All right. So now that we've installed Django, and now that it's processing Django, now can we run it? No. Why can't we run it? Oh, because it's that one. Did we run? Yeah. Okay. Finally. There we go. All right. Look at that. We have a page. Okay. So let's I know we've got tickets that we wanna do. But I want to add a home page real quick. Just because I'm kind of tired of there not being a front page. So let's just do, you know, URL with nothing as template view as view. Template name is home.html. And here we want name equals home. And then we'll need to import template view. Yeah. Yep, that template view. All right. And then inside of our templates folder, right here, we need to make a new file, which is home.html. .html, and we need to extends, what was it, layouts, base.html, and for the content block, let's just have an h1 that's just like Django bookmarks. A href equals URL login? No, it's just login. And we'll just say login, or we'll do sign up. And 0, there we go. btn default. All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's correct. I need to use the class, not an instance of the class. The configuration is not incorrect. As view takes 1 positional argument, but 2 were given. Huh? Oh. Like that? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know what's going on there. Sorry, y'all. It is early in the day for me right now. As you can see, because I keep forgetting to do things correctly. There we go! Look at that! Django bookmarks. Login or sign up. If I click on sign up, I get the sign up page, of course. If I click on login, I get the login page, of course. Okay. Super basic. But it did what we wanted. I'm gonna get my GitHub app open here. Just to make it easier to do all of this stuff. Okay, changes. Deleted at. We don't want to commit that, because that's the thing we were talking about doing last time, right? Doing the soft thing. So let's just say homepage. Commit to master, sync. Pause asks, what are your thoughts on sign-in versus login? Is it just that login is so popular? So you're asking about like using the word login versus using the words like sign-in. I don't really think it matters that much. Like, they kind of have two... Contextually in English, they have two different meanings, right? If I log in, it's like I'm authenticating myself and proving that I can be here. If I'm signing in, then it's like I'm writing my name down on a visitor's log or something and just saying, oh yeah, hey, I'm here, by the way. So two very different things there, right? So yeah, like, does that matter? I don't know. I find, though, if you're using both sign in and sign up next to each other like that, it can be confusing for users. They're not sure, like, which one they're supposed to be clicking all the time, because the wording is so similar between the two of them. So typically I will go with login and sign up, but it really doesn't matter all that much. So yeah, so I'm going to undo that just so I don't have another commit. Okay. If you've looked at the repo, you may have noticed that there is a pull request. So, usual user of our chat, or you know, stream viewer, Marine, he messaged me on Twitter saying that he had submitted a pull request. So let's check it out. Let's see what he's done. Okay, so we got a binary file here. We probably need to like not have that binary file in there. We'll deal with that in a minute. So we have a profiles app. And then he added some static files and some media files. I think static files was already there in ours. Let's close everything real quick here except for that models. And let's open up our settings. No, we didn't have static files. We just had static URL. Okay. So he added static files and he added media root. Inside the URLs, he added the debug thing so you can have static. Really, it's not the static files that matter. It's the this one. So I would actually reject this part of the PR, just because this should be using static files URLs provided by Django instead of doing this. It's not a hack. I don't want to imply this is a hack at all because it's not. But it's the older way of doing it. But so he added a default user image. We've got the profiles in it. We've got the user profile. We've got an app config here for user profiles. We've got a migration here that creates a user profile. So we have a user profile model. So we have a 1-to-1, first name, last name, an avatar, a bio, full name, get avatar. So we got all that kind of stuff. He's got a create profile handler using a signal. There was recently a really good blog post from Lincoln Loop. I gotta remember which Lincoln it is. It's not Lincoln like the band. It's Lincoln like the president. About signals being an anti-pattern. And I read through this. I'm not certain I agree with their output. But I also don't disagree with it. They are right. I just don't know if I would go so far as to be like, no, that's 100% a thing to avoid every time. So take that as you will. All right, so the rest of the stuff here is pretty normal. Pretty good. He brings in pillow, which we have to have because of the image. So let's go ahead and merge this in. And especially because he's a first-time contributor. So that's cool. Or at least it's first time for this repository. So we'll go ahead and we will merge this pull request. Confirm merge. And then I'll say thanks for the contribution. Ta-da. And comment. Cool. All right. So now let's come over here, do a sync to pull down the changes. Failed to sync the branch. Okay. Let's try here then. Let's try get. Let's try pull. Yeah, go ahead. Pull. Local changes. Well, that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine too. That's also fine. All of these would be fine. Version control. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do URL patterns plus equals static files URL patterns. Let's make sure I'm right on that one. Yep, static files URL patterns. Okay, great. Go ahead and import that. And then that's all fine too. And he imported static right there. Great. Okay, and then we can take that out and just put that in. All right, settings. He added that, which is fine. He added that, which is fine. Baster, baster, baster. We added profiles, which is fine. Okay. I don't see anything wrong in that file. I don't see anything wrong in that file. That's the only thing that's... You know what? We're going to just take that out. Okay. Unversioned files. All of those are fine. Actually, we might follow that other pattern there. So let's come over here. Let's look at profiles. And let's look at models. And so their thing that they're suggesting is to do basically something like this, right? So we'd have our model, and if we're creating the model for the first time, then we would call this function that goes ahead and creates the related thing. So so basically we would take out we'd take out this signal. We wouldn't care about this signal, and we would add, instead, a signal inside of our user model. Now, that's not a thing we can do because we don't have the user model, right? The user model belongs to Django. So we're going to leave all of this alone, and this is all fine. But this could probably be objects.create. And we don't really need first name and last name, right? Because that's already on the user. Yeah. We can take those off. And I know that's going to screw up his migration, which that's fine. We will just take those two fields out of that migration. Okay, I think we're fine. I think we're good. Contains future imports. That's fine. All right, so let's just say user profile merge, not morge. Okay. Sync conflicts. We want it to be like that. We want that one to be like that. I should save these as I go through. We want that. And we want that. And really, we don't want the database merged at all. Sorry, this part is a little bit weird. Sometimes you get this when you're trying to merge stuff in. Okay, it looks like we're good. So now, if I was to go to /admin, and I'm assuming the app is still running. It's not. Of course it's not. Yeah, just run. Oh, because Pillow's not installed. Yeah, let's get Pillow installed real quick. Install that package. Hey, Pop Apo, things are going well. We are working on the second week of a project we started last week, which was a a site similar to Pinboard, which if you know about Pinboard is the bookmark site. So we are working on that. I don't know why it thinks Django isn't. Yeah, just do it. Obviously it works because we keep doing it like this and it works. Oh, man. All right, whatever. Okay, so we will need to add a user profile for our user. And we'll just say creator. And I'll save. User with this profile already exists. Really? Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know I had a profile, but cool. I guess I do. And then I'm going to guess if I go to like /profile. Nope. I guess I didn't see. Oh, so he did /accounts. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now let's go edit the templates for that. And yep, that doesn't work. So let's go to the models. If self dot user dot first name. Self.user.firstname and self.user.lastname. Otherwise, yeah, whatever. Okay. Sweet. So if I do edit, does edit not work? No, edit doesn't work. All right, so let's look at views here. So we have an edit view. We have a URL here, which let's just change this to view, and let's change this to edit. And let's go into the template here. Not that one, this one. And let's do URL profiles edit. And let's go out to our upper URLs here, which is that one. Accounts. Okay, so that would be accounts URLs. Or accounts edit. Does that still... Yeah, that should... Oh, source. href. href. Okay. So then we'll go over here. Def get object. Query set equals none. Return self.user.profile. That's what I'm assuming that model would be called. Yep. Has an attribute. Oh, yep, that's correct. That should be request. Yep, and we need fields. And what should our fields be? Let's see. We want, we don't want user, but we want avatar, we want bio, and we can do first name and last name, which will just let us change some things here. So show you how we do that. So let's say avatar, bio, user first name, user last name. I think that'll work. Let's find out. Nope, did not work. Okay. But you know what? Let's just make a custom form for this. So new file, forms.py. From Django import forms. From dot model, from dot import models. Class profile form. Forms dot model form. Class meta model equals models dot user profile. Fields equals, and we have to specify what fields we want. We want avatar, we want bio, we want first name, we want last name. We probably want those in a slightly different order. Let's do first name, last name, and then bio. That makes more sense, right? And first name equals forms.charfield. Last name equals forms.charfield. And really, I'm a little bugged by having first name and last name because not everybody has a first name, not everybody has a last name. People have more than one name, all that kind of stuff. Forgive me for all of that. We'll deal with that some other time. So let's take that off. And then let's do from dot import forms. And we'll do form class equals forms dot profile form. Cool. Okay, there's that. So now let's go over here. Load bootstrap 3. Form method equals post. Bootstrap form buttons. Button type equals submit. Class equals btn dash default. Save. Sweet. Okay. So now we have the problem of I need to have this first name and this last name update the user model's first name and last name, right? I want to put Kenneth Love there. I want to hit save. And I want it to do the right thing. And I forget the CSRF token. So what I want to do is over here, form valid, self and form. So we know the form is valid. So I want to do self.request.user.firstname equals form.cleanedData first name. And I want to copy this, change that to last name and last name. And then self.request.user.save, return super.formValid form. That will save the profile model and do the redirect. Or should. We'll find out if it does that or not. But if I look here, I don't have a first name, I don't have a last name. All right, so let's give this a try again. So refresh that. I'll say Kenneth, I'll say Love, I'll hit save. No URL to redirect to. Success URL equals accounts : view. I don't remember if that'll take a URL name or not. I don't think it does. I think we have to have reverse lazy, which we will need to import. Try that again. We good? Okay, so now it has my broken up name there. And if I look at this one, we should have saved these two. Oh, look at that, it worked. All right, that's great. So now we have the ability to do all of that. So let's go change. I think it's in our... No, it's in navbar, right? Navbar? Wasn't that the name of our... What was the name of that template? Nav. That was it. So we have the username. So let's do user.profile.get... Oh, what did he call that? Full name. Okay, so now... There we go. So now we have name right there. So, cool. Yeah. Not like, you know, oh my god, we just did so much work. But that's cool. That's really nice that we've got that much stuff done. So, let's, profile tweaks. Commit that. We'll sync that. And then we'll go start digging through our issues from last week. Because if y'all remember, we had several issues that we saved last week into GitHub as things we wanted to be able to do. I say several, there's a whole 3. So let's see. So we've got users should be able to see all of their bookmarks with a specific tag. So if I went and looked at my bookmarks, I had learning and I had search. And you know what? Let's add one real quick. Let's add dataquest.io. And I'm going to tag this one with learning as well. And then, ooh, wow, that did not do well. Let's go change this to just be DataQuest. There we go. And then let's add another bookmark here. Let's add duckduckgo.com. And we'll put search in there. Okay, and then I'm going to add one more. No, I'm good. That's good for now. Okay, so I've got 4 bookmarks, 2 tagged with learning, 2 tagged with search. So I want to be able to show just the bookmarks that have one particular tag. So let's see if we can do that. We can do that, right, y'all? We're good enough to do that. Okay, so let's start in our views. So we want a we want to handle a search view. So we could have a search view. We can make a view that gets a particular search, or we could take our list view and we could make it so that it has it looks effectively for something in the query string. Let's do both, and then y'all can see which one you like better. So first, let's take this and let's copy that and make sure we have enough blank space there. Okay, and let's call this search. And right now it's the exact same thing. But what we want to do is we want to do tag equals self.request.quargs.get t. So that will get us a whatever's inside of our t thing. And then we want to do filter tags in equals tag. I think that's right. We'll test it. So we'll do this and we'll say t colon and then p this will be tag, and this will be hyphens, word characters, And letters. That's probably it for now. Which means really we're going to have to handle the tags. Because we potentially have some messy tags. But we'll find out. Okay, so if I was to go to here and I was to do t/learning, has no attribute quargs. It's self.quargs, not self.request.quargs. Related field got invalid lookup. Let's go back and look at Django tag it. Let's see what all is here. NASCO BG, what says free trial? But you don't feel actually is a free trial. Oh, there's a setting I want to do too, actually. Tag it, underscore case, underscore insensitive. Insensitive. Yes. There we go. Marine, I merged in your pull request. Thank you. We changed a few things, but I used your thing, so thanks. There we go. Tags dunder name dunder in. All right, so now let's try that one. No? Not running? Tag it is not defined. Oh, right, because it didn't know what I was doing. I promise you, PyCharm, it's going to work. You just got to run it. Okay, so we got a view at least. Let's print tag. Let's see what's there. None. Oh, right. That's because I called it tag. I didn't call it T. There we go. If I just look at stuff, right? So then if I do T search, I get the search ones. And if I do it with nothing, then I get that. Okay. So that's cool. So that gives us a really basic view. But I feel like we could do this exact same thing just straight in the list view, and we wouldn't have to do anything else. So let's see if we can do that. So let's add a new group here, which actually should be a non-captured group. So let's see, RE. I want the library RE. Oh, I wish it would put libraries to the top. Where's RE? RE.search. There we go. I need to look at groups. Here we go. And I want a non-captured group. And a non-captured group is that. Question mark colon. Great. Okay, so question mark colon. And we're going to do T. colon. And then we're going to do tag. And then we're going to do a hyphen and that and that and that and that and that and that. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. And then let's comment that one out. Okay. So this is a ridiculous regular expression. So let's talk this over real quick. So inside here, this is our tag match, right? This one right here just matches our tag just like this one up here does. That one, we could take that off even. There we go. We don't need that slash. It doesn't matter. This group, the outer group here, won't be matched. So we don't have to deal with, yeah. Sorry, it'll be matched. It won't be captured. So it's not like, that's not going to be group one. It's just going to be a thing. Okay, so I should be able to do this. I should be able to do tag equals self.quargs.get tag. If tag, we don't need this print down here anymore. Actually, let's just do this. Query set equals self.request.user.bookmarks.all, right? Because that is always true. And we're going to return query set. Here, we want query set to equal query set.filter tags name in list of the tag. Let's try it. See if it works. It did not work. Okay. Yeah, that's a ridiculous. Okay. Is there a way that I can make that? I mean, I can always just do this, right? Like, DT $. And there's that. And then this just goes to list. And it still works, right? It's just two URLs that represent the same thing. One goes to our normal list view, and the other one goes to our search view. So let's just delete that. We don't need that anymore. So we can still do the tags. So now, let's go look at our templates. And we have our bookmark one. And then we want to do here, we want to do URL bookmarks : search tag equals tag.name. And then here we want to close the A. Oh, I didn't open the A. Or I didn't finish opening the A, rather. Okay. So if I go back to just bookmarks, and I click on search, there's all my bookmarks that are tagged with search. And if we click on learning, there's all my bookmarks tagged with learning. So we did it! We made the thing to where we could do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and commit that. Bookmark tag search works. Or bookmark tag search can view all bookmarks with a particular tag. Closes number 7. Commit. Cool. That only took us, well, getting Python working again, merging in Marine's changes, and getting the tag search only took us 50 minutes. So we're doing well. We're doing great. We're doing great, y'all. All right, so let's go on to the soft deleted. And And then we'll come back to the search through bookmarks, because the search we can do quite a bit with. And if we have time, maybe we'll have like maybe we'll add something where like you could make your bookmarks public. So yeah, okay. So soft delete. We have already looked at that a little bit last week, but let's go ahead and do that now. So let's do deleted at date time field blank equals true, null equals true. Okay, so and you know what? Let's do editable. No, we want that editable in the admin. We just don't want that to show up in the forms where they get to add, edit, delete a book, or add and edit a bookmark, right? So we need to run a command here. We need to make migrations for bookmarks. And we need to migrate bookmarks. Cool. So now, if I come over here and I look in the admin, and I go to bookmarks, and I go look at a bookmark, I now see I have this deleted at, which is empty at this point. So we're going to want to change our delete view so that our delete view, instead of actually deleting the thing, because we don't want to actually delete it. We don't want to get rid of it. Change the color of the bookmark tab. You mean like make this red or something? We could do that, yeah. Let's do the deletion first, and then maybe we'll come to that one. So I don't want this to actually be a delete view, because we're not ever going to actually delete the view. What I want to do instead is I want to make this it's effectively an update view, right? Because we're going to update this one instance. But our fields is going to be empty. We have no fields. Okay. So def form valid. Yeah, okay. Bookmark equals form.save. Commit equals false. Bookmark dot deleted at equals timezone.now, which we need to import timezone. We want that one. And then we want bookmark.save and return super form valid. Form valid with the form. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if that... I don't know if that's going to work at all, but let's just see what happens. Site can't be reached. Just run it. Oh, I gotta fix that. Okay, so that says save. So this should be template name equals bookmarks slash bookmark confirm delete.html. Sweet. Okay. So are you sure you want to delete this bookmark? Yes. Okay, so we have that. So let's come back over here and look at my Google bookmark. And I now have a deleted at. So I need to come over here and change list this query set should never be all. This should be filter deleted at null equals true. I don't know why I refreshed that page. I need to refresh this one. Oh, it's, what is it? It's is null? Null. Is null. Okay. All one word. There really should be a hyphen in that. Or not a hyphen. Sorry, an underscore. Cool. So now Google doesn't show up. So that's my deleted view. I probably want to go ahead and do a trash view, right? Like I need to be able to see my deleted bookmarks. So let's go ahead and commit this. Soft delete. Bookmarks are softly deleted. References number 10. So I need a view now that is the same as the list view, but it shows the deleted bookmarks so that you can go in and undelete them, right? So let's make a trash view. We'll do it here. We'll call it trash. Trash. Okay. And this is a list view. And the only thing we want to do here is we want to do return self.request.users.user.bookmarks.filter deleted at is null equals false. So show me all the ones that have been deleted. And there's my one deleted bookmark. So nice. So I can go, it's kind of silly to choose delete on this one. So let's do this get context data again. And now it doesn't show the delete thing. I probably want to have instead an undelete button, right? So we'll say trash view, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm kind of like, I don't really like this, right? Like this is a lot of stuff to do. So we need to find a better way of doing this. So if trash view, then take that out, undelete, and that would be text success, I guess. And that's going to say it doesn't know where that view is. That's right, you don't. Undelete, and this one, we're not going to confirm anything. We're just going to do login required mixin, redirect view, and that's going to have to get imported. And URL equals reverse lazy bookmarks list. Get object bookmark equals get object or 404 models.bookmark. And then we have to specify how to look this thing up. So user equals self.request.user. PK equals self.quargs.get PK. Deleted at is null equals false. False. There we go. So that's going to get our bookmark, or it's going to throw a 404, and we want to return bookmark. Let's just do this then. Let's just return that. All right, so def get self request args quargs bookmark equals self.get object bookmark dot deleted at equals none bookmark dot save return super dot get request args quargs. I think that'll work. Let's give it a try. All right. So we still need to hide that. Let's fix that real quick. Trash view equals true. Yes, but we also want delete view equals true because we don't want to show the edit or the delete. There we go. That's horrible. We've got to fix that. .dev is using Vim keyboard shortcuts really faster. It certainly can be once you learn them. That did not change that. So why didn't that... Oh, because it's deleted at... Oh, I swear, y'all. Some days. Okay, undelete. There it is. All right, cool. And now my deleted at is back to being null, which you knew because that showed back up. Okie dokie. Let's commit that. Undelete. References number 10. Because I don't think we're quite done with this yet. I want to do a couple of other things. I think it'd be good to have a custom model manager for deleted, undeleted, etc. So let's do that. So we'll create class bookmark manager models.manager. And let's say def deleted, and we'll return self dot get query set dot filter deleted at equals true, or is null equals false. So those are the deleted objects. And then let's do a new one here that is current. Yeah, current works. And that's where that is null. And then let's do objects equals bookmark manager. And now, if we go back over here to our views, that one we'll leave alone, but trash here, we'll do return self.request.user.bookmarks.deleted. We might have to do it like that. Let's see if that works. Okay, so I think what we need to do instead, actually, so let's do this. User, return user.bookmarks.filter return user.bookmarks.filter. There's probably a better way of doing that. So what I want to do here is I want to return models.bookmark.objects.deleted self.request.user. Right. And there's not any, so there's that. Yeah, this is GitHub's desktop app. I mainly use it just so I can do that thing, the like number and then the pound sign and then which issue it is. That's kind of all. That's not amazing, but that's not terrible. So what I want to do is I want to change all of these. So models.bookmark.objects.current self.request.user. That's basically what I'm going to do on all of these for the query set. Not on create, because that one doesn't matter. But on list, that's what we're going to do. So query set equals models.bookmark.objects.current self.request.user. And then the rest of that stays the same. So if we go to here, we still get those. If I hit delete, yep, I'm sure. Now we get that. If I go to trash, now I get that. Nice. Okay, so let's add model manager refs number 10. And last thing we need to do is we need to put a trash up in the templates. Up in here. So go here, trash, and refresh that. My bookmarks, trash, add bookmark. Cool. All right. And trash link. Closes number 10. So use a program called Git Kraken or Git Kraken. Let's look that up real quick. I wouldn't mind a break for a second. Free for non-commercial use. That's iffy for me on whether or not my work is commercial or not. But that's cool. Works with all three of those services. Has pull request stuff, fuzzy finder. Nice. looks like it's got some cool things. Let's see what the pricing is for people who are interested in that. Oh, it's a subscription. Eh. $50 per year per user. That's a little high to me. Personal, open source, nonprofit, education. Cool. Software startup, less than 20 employees, younger than 1 year. Okay. All right. Neat. Well, that's cool. Hopefully, if y'all are interested in a different Git client, this looks like a nice one. I like their little effect there. That was cool. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. Hey, Amar, if you want to do the changing the color of the bookmark, go make an issue. Go log an issue for it. So that we can do that. But right now we're gonna look at search. So let's see if we can do some search. So let's actually change the name of this to tag search. Which we used that in one place, right? It was like in here. We did, yeah, tag search. All right. Yeah, I still really don't like that. So let's do this. Let's show the footer no matter what. That's a little cleaner. I still don't really like that, but that's a little better. Okay. Yeah, it's still not great, but it's better than it was, right? Like, tag search. Did I not save that file, maybe? Tag search. Yeah. It's right there. What? Let's rerun it. Okay, refresh. There we go. Okay, so now it shows the undelete, which maybe that should stay like, say, instead of undelete, maybe that should say like restore. That makes more sense. Okay, so template tweaks. Close enough. Okay, so let's go back here and let's think about. Actually, let's see. I want to do one more thing. Get Bootstrap. I want to use some icons for those two things there. What is that? That's my nav.html. So then inside here, I want I class equals fa dash trash. Does it need the fa on its own, I think? How do we do that? Oh, it's glyphicon, glyphicon. Glyphicon. Glyphicon trash. Oh yeah, the FA is for the like social stuff, right? There we go. It's not amazing, but it's okay. And then we'll do the same thing for like add bookmarks and stuff. All right. So we probably want to move like the plus sign somewhere, whatever. There's all sorts of stuff here that we'd want to do, right? But it's okay. So for right now, we've got those two. We probably want to change the deletes over to be delete buttons and things like that too. But that's fine. Okay, so search. Search. Icons. So what we'd want for search is we probably want a view that we would just send stuff to. Like we'd post to the view. Or maybe we just do a query to the view. Yeah, let's just do a query to the view. So let's take, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Actually, let's do it. It's going to be single word. So let's just say search. And then it's going to complain that it doesn't have a search view, which is fine because it doesn't, but it will later. Search. Okay, so get query set. Take those off. We want to... Let's do print self dot... How is that going to come in? Request dot query. Let's print out self dot request. Okay, and then let's make a new file. Forms dot pot. Wow. Forms dot phtml. Whoo. From Django import forms. Class search form. Forms.form. It's just going to have one field, which we're going to call Q. And which is going to be forms.char field. And that's it. I don't really even need that. You know what? No, I don't even need that. We're gonna delete that. Yeah, go ahead and delete that. Up here in nav, we're gonna add a new div. Class is gonna equal navbar dash left. I don't even think we need navbar in there. Form method equals get action equals URL bookmarks search. And we're just going to have input type equals search name equals Q. And then we'll do input, we'll do button. Type equals submit. Class equals btn dash default. Okay. Sweet. So we get that. Now that looks terrible. We obviously want to fix some of this. But this is the beginning of our thing. So let's do I class equals glyphicon glyphicon-search. Ooh, that looks terrible. What happened? Oh, I forgot to close the thing. There we go. Alright, so that still looks terrible, but we'll fix that. So let's go here and let's just search for Treehouse. And that's what I got there. Okay. So let's print the dir of self.request. There we go. Okay. So self.request get. Refresh that. Is not subscriptable. Okay, yeah, I'll believe you on that one. So if I just do self.request.get, what does that get me? Attribute error. Okay. Do you have one that... Oops. Do you have one that's all caps? Run. Continue anyway. It's fine. Just do it. And that's got a dict. And I can do .get on that. Okay. .get, and I want Q to come off of that. And I don't actually want the dir of that one. I just want that thing. Sweet. So there's Treehouse. So now let's try searching for something bigger. Let's search for like Treehouse free. And that's that. Aha. Sweet. Okay. So I need... Let's just start with full text search. So let's do, let's go look up what our options are. Django filter. Speaking of, I may actually want Django filter. Making queries. Oh, wait. Search. Okay. Name unaccent contains Helen. Trigram similar. Okay, but I'm not using contrib.postgres. I'm not using that. So I probably just want something like this. So, but I think I want a Q object here. So I think I want to do Q objects equals Q named under I contains equals word Q under what did we call that in the model? Hey ROL, we are doing a so description. We're working on something similar to Pinboard. Or Delicious, if you remember Delicious. That for word in self.request.get q dot split. And I need to import q. There you go. You happy now? All right. Okay, so now back over to here, refresh, and I got that queue, I got that queue, I got that queue, I got that queue. That's great. Okay, so now I want to do query set equals query set dot filter zip queue objects 0. No, just queue objects. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's find out if that works. Refresh. Attribute error. Tuple has no attribute split. Yeah, I think I want that. No. Star queue for queue in queue objects. There's probably a better way of doing this, just so y'all know. Yeah, okay. So let's look here. Lookup is that thing, which that's fine. I need to break that apart though, which is why I was trying to do zip. Maybe I just need to feed it each item? Okay, so now that's a queue, a single queue. Oh, I need to add each one of those. Bitwise add. Field lookup. Okay, yep. Okay, and then this is title. Okay, cool. It did not break. It did not give me what I wanted, but it did not break. Let's add Django debug toolbar real quick. Debug. Django debug toolbar. Let's install that real quick. And then, excuse me, settings. All right, so then we make sure static files in there. We add debug toolbar to our installed apps. We do the URL conf. Import debug toolbar, URL patterns plus equals URL r bracket dunder debug dunder $. Nope, no $, just slash include debug toolbar dot URLs, comma, yeah, okay, that should be fine. And then I need to add the middleware. So back to here, down to here to the middleware, and just anywhere? Okay. Debug toolbar dot middleware dot debug toolbar middleware. That was easy. And then internal IPs. Debug toolbar internal IPs equals 127.0.0.1. Refresh this. System cannot find the path specified. CJ bookmarks static. Yeah, that's true. There's not a directory in there named static. Now there is. Okay, cool. So let's look at our queries. This is our ridiculous query that we're working on. So where ID equals 1, delete ad is null, and title is like Treehouse. Aha. Treehouse. Hey, look at that. There's that one. Okay, cool. The problem is we're having to add all those together as ands. How do we do it as ors? I need a bitwise or, not a bitwise and. And I don't remember how to do that. So I'm going to look it up. That's supposed to be an or. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing ors. Parenthetical groupings. And the tilde does the not. Okay. So does this... Let's look at this query again. Whew, that's a lot of queries. And title like Treehouse, or description like Treehouse, and title like free, or description like free. That and needs to get turned into an or. Okay. So what's happening here is it's combining all of those as ands. Can I do that? I really don't think I can. I'm pretty sure that's invalid syntax. Yeah, and we're still getting the and. Of course we are. Okay. Maybe that's okay. Maybe it's all right that we're getting an and there. Let's edit this one and let's stick free in there. I don't know if Data Quest is free or not, but yeah, so ideally we would not get an and there, we would get an or there. Right? Filks Productions has heard my beard is fake. So you're from the programming discussion Discord, where that has become somewhat of a recurring joke that my beard is fake. Okay. Marine, we've already messed with the profile thing. I don't want to go to it right now, but it works fine. Everything's good there. Okay, so queue objects. Let's do this. Let's stop that, and let's run debug. Continue. It's fine. Refresh this. Refresh this now that it's up. Okay. So if I look at queue objects, I have this one, which is an OR, and I have this one, which is an OR. And what I need to do is I need to combine those as ORs. But I don't know how to do that in this part. So how do I do that? How do I OR that in here? Because this is where it needs to be OR'd. Hey Eddie, we are building a Pinterest pinboard style site. The newly created profiles aren't working, Marine. Okay. We'll check in a second. I'll make a new user and test it. Yeah, see, each of those is an OR, which is great. I just need it to go to the next one. And be an OR. Let's go look at these examples here and see what we can find. Or lookups tests. Filter that or that. Okay. That or. And. Or. Q negated. Complex filter. All right, let's look through here. Is that one? No, that's really not that complex. Okay, that's not that complex. Org ones. All right. Well, you know what? We've got a good enough one for now. Let's look at Django filter real quick. I know that this one will do a lot of stuff. I don't think that's the thing we want to do just yet, though. I think we're good enough for now, right? We've got a thing that kind of sort of works. It's good enough for a basic search. So search closes number 9. Although I guess I do want to make that thing look a little nicer as far as the search thing there goes, right? So navbar dash form. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Navbar dash form, and then div class equals form group. Oh, I see. This is actually on the form. So form, navbar form, navbar left. Okay, so that means we need method. Well, method is automatically get. We just need action, which is URL bookmarks search. And then that's fine. That's going to be that. Close that div. And then we just have the button. Button type is submit. Button default. Yeah, so that's pretty normal. So let's see what that looks like. Site's not running because I didn't tell it to run after the debug thing ended. Now the site's running. Refresh. Yeah, it doesn't look great, but it looks okay, I guess. Oh, we need form control on the class here. That looks a little nicer, I guess. Placeholder equals search. Cool, I guess. I mean, that's the thing there. Queue objects, you can just keep appending the pipe inside it, right? You can create a helper function, just split the words, append together and return the query. You're just getting the issue with split, giving you the word one in title or word. Yeah, I mean, let's try it again. Let's see what we can do here. Get queries. Self search terms. And let's just say for term in search terms. Yield Q. No, I'm not gonna mess with this. Really what's probably best is to go use something like Django filter. Which, what do we got? We got 16 minutes. We could just go ahead and try it. Let's see if we have any of the issues we need to close. Oh, look at that, we do. We have an issue here. Users fail to set a color for a tab. So, what MR wants here is to be able to, on a bookmark, be able to set like what color that bookmark is, right? So like in here, I'd be able to say like, this is a green bookmark. Which is cool. We could totally do that. Let's see what we've got here. Better search form. Before we commit to doing that one though, let's try this thing that Marine was saying that he had a problem with getting new users set up. So let's delete our test user here. And let's sign up with a new test user. So I want sign up. Okay, so test user, test password, sign up. Nope. Not null constraint, failed. Profiles, user profile, first name. What was that? That was profiles, migrations. Okay. Okay. So we could just do that. Where do we have? Not null constraint failed. Profiles, user profile, first name. Yeah, Marine, I'm using the... Is it on the model? There's nothing in here, though. What? Why? Let's look at... Profiles, user profile. Table editor. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want... modify table. First name and last name. Those need to be deleted. Okay, so now that user already exists, right? Because we put that user in. Which we should be able to delete that user. And we should be able to delete that user. And so now I should be able to do that. Okay, and then that. Right. So I had to modify the database that was created when you passed me a database. You submitted a database because I had a database submitted, and you just committed with the data, right? So that had two columns, first name and last name, which weren't needed. Like, we'll just save those back on the user and not on the profile model. But those both wanted to be filled in. So that was where that problem came from. Okay. So That's cool. What I need to do is I need to not be tracking this file. So, git ignore. Let's add db.sqlite3 as a thing to ignore. So now, so let's just do cleaned up signal, commit to master, ignore database file, commit to master. Sync that. But now, since it already has this one, yeah, you had them on profiles, Marine. Come on, commit. There we go. Okay, so, but now, yeah, it's not going to be able to discard those changes. So let's see. Purge file from git, or git stop tracking file. That'll make more sense. Yeah, here we go. So git rm cached. Let's pop open a terminal. Come on, shrink down. There we go. Okay, so we want to go cd Django bookmarks. Yep. DJ bookmarks, and we want to do git rm cached db.c. Hold on. cp db.sqlite3 to db.backup. cp db.sqlite3 to db.backup. Okay, cool. Git rm cached db.sqlite3. Okay. Git update index. Assume unchanged db.sqlite3. Untrack db. Okay, and then let's try running that update index. No? Okay. All right, so now let's go make a change to the database. And we'll do that just by adding a new bookmark. That'll work. So this user is going to add YouTube videos. And we'll tag this with videos. Save. Cool. So that saved that. So the database should be seen as changed, but we're not doing that. And then we can rmdb.backup because we don't need that file. Cool. Great. Let's sync just in case. And I got about 5 minutes left to go, so let's get ready for questions. So, any questions, any comments? I do want to bring up that, just as a reminder, this is my last week doing streams for about 6 weeks. I have all of August off for a sabbatical from Treehouse. Thank you, Treehouse. But next weekend, next Friday, I'm going to be in Ohio, recovering from a red-eye flight before I have to speak on Saturday. And then at the end of August, I'm taking like a Friday off. It's the very beginning of September. I'm taking like a Friday off just so that my weeks are, you know, nice and squared up. So, you won't be seeing me for about 6 weeks. At least not live. So I do believe Alina is going to take over the next 3 weeks. And then James will be doing the last 3 weeks. I may have those backwards. James may be first and then Alina last. I don't know. But please, tune in, watch them. They're going to do cool stuff for the next few weeks. They'll be doing, you know, C# and PHP and Angular and who knows what else. But they're going to be doing some cool stuff. So please tune in, watch them, give them lots of love, show up in the chat and talk to them, help them out. Cause, you know, this is a lot of stuff to do. The live streaming, and especially if like there's nobody in chat and you're just kind of standing here talking to yourself. It's kind of horrible. So, please show up. Tell them I said hi. Say hi to them yourself. I'll probably pop in and watch the live streamer once in a while. But yeah, so please show up. And if you're going to Pi, Ohio, come find me. Come say hi. I would love to talk to you. I'm other than the 20 minutes where I'm speaking, I will be happy to chat and talk to anybody for as long as you want. So if you're coming to Pi, Ohio, come find me. And yeah, I'm very happy to have a vacation. It's going to be great. Get to spend time with the family. We're going to go watch the solar eclipse. It'll be awesome. It'll be a great end to the summer. My kids are going through some big changes at school, so it'll be nice to be off of work and able to just hang out with them and get them ready for school. So let's see, what do we got here? John likes Atom, VS Code, Vim, and Vi, but I'm selling them on PyCharm. You know what? There's not a bad editor out here. All the editors are good. All the editors are fine. I love them all. I hop around between all these different fields. Sorry, all these different editors. And they're all good. So use whichever ones that you like. And yeah, like John also said, SQLite for dev migrates to Postgres, or Maria, MySQL, whatever, for production. That's 100%. That's pretty much what everybody does. And it's a pretty good way of doing it. Honestly, like it's a really good, I think it's, there's a lot of yes, no's, good, bads on that. SQLite will let you get away with some really weird stuff. But if you're not doing anything too fancy and you're not doing anything on your own, you're letting Django do all the work, you're usually okay with SQLite. But occasionally it does some weird stuff. So yeah. If anybody wants to submit more issues or whatevers to this, feel free. Go for it. If there's a few more issues, if there's some pull requests, maybe we'll do this when I come back, assuming I even remember what we were doing on this project, which we'll see. We'll see how much I remember. But if not, we'll start a brand new project. I'm going to go to RustConf over my sabbatical, so there's a really good chance I'm going to be like, hey everybody, let's do some Rust. So I hope y'all are ready for Rust. We'll find out. I got stickers in the mail. There's Ferris, and then, you know, nice big like Rust. See, like I it's so good. I love Rust. It's so cute. But yeah, so John also says that that they predate PHP, Fortran, COBOL, and Lisp. You know, those languages are all still in use. Like, technology doesn't go away. That's one of the really cool things about technology. Is it hangs around forever. So yeah, that's cool. I'm glad to have somebody with so much experience hanging out and watching. Glad you like the live coding. All right. So, and no, Amar, sorry, I just now saw your message. You're not asking too much at all with the color thing. I've got an idea for how I'd like to do that, actually. We just don't have time for it on this episode. So, like I said, maybe we'll bring this back later on. I hope so. It'd be really cool if we could. So, anyway, it is past noon. I have hit my 2 hours, so I'm going to call it quits. But I will see all of you in about 6 weeks. So be good. Write a lot of code. Do cool things. I'll see you then.